Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Me, I am bravely battling technology, to be honest. Our email server went down yesterday, and then demolitionnews.com also went offline for a little while as well. Ironically, the last person to get their Demolition News access restored was me. Go figure. Our show today is filled with demolition and construction goodness that will satisfy even the most refined and discerning palate. But before I press the big green button marked intro, we are running our latest giveaway today, this time in conjunction with those fine folks over at MST Parts Group. The company is currently celebrating 50 years supporting the construction industry, and to mark that anniversary, they've kindly donated a box of branded merch for us to give to one lucky viewer. Now, if you'd like to be in with a chance to win this MST Goody Box, please just type MST in the chat. That's capital M, capital S, capital T. We will be doing the draw a little bit later in the show, but first of all, let's get that show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Wednesday, the 25th of August, and as that guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, demolition crews in Florida have been forced to urgently rethink the demolition of a high-rise structure as collapse fears escalate. Shortages have triggered a spike in materials thefts. Labour costs are on the rise. Hitachi is underlining its commitment to customers in the Yorkshire area, and Bobcat has hatched a new rubber duckling. If you've got any comments about any of this or anything else for that matter, please get them to me in the chat, and I'll get them just at the end of the show. And don't forget to type MST into the chat to be entered into our prize draw. But first, let's see which celebrities are enjoying a birthday on this day of days. It's many happy returns to Ivan the Terrible, who was probably an absolute pussycat when we got to know him. Happy birthday also to authors Frederick Forsyth and Martin Amis, to very different singers, Rob Halford and Elvis Costello, and to movie director Tim Burton, a man I've never forgiven for marrying the ever-gorgeous Helena Bonham Carter. Happy birthday also to former West Ham striker Marlon Harewood. Far more importantly, however, today marks the birthday of the one true 007, Mr. Sean Connery. Many happy returns to them, one and all. And sadly, we must say goodbye to one of the true greats of rock and roll, Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts. Frontman Mick Jagger and guitarist Keith Richards might be the focal points of the Stones, but Charlie Watts was its beating heart, the calm amid the chaos. So farewell, Charlie Watts, an ever stylish counterpoint to the Glimmer Twins out front. I'll get to the first story in just a second, but don't forget to type MST, capital S, capital T into the chat for your chance to win a box of MST goodies. Now, demolition engineers in Jacksonville in Florida have been forced to rethink the demolition of a tower amidst fears that it might collapse. The Berkman 2 building was originally scheduled to be demolished using a high-reach excavator, but on Friday night, the demolition was suspended and police and firefighters blocked surrounding streets as engineers expressed fears that the 55-metre tall structure could collapse at any moment. Local media is suggesting that the demolition could now be performed using a controlled explosion. Let's take a look.
Right now at 5:30, city leaders agreeing the Berkman 2 needs to come down for safety reasons. Now we're learning more about how that is going to happen. The downtown Jacksonville eyesore could be imploded after concerns that bringing down the Berkman Plaza 2 with heavy machinery is just too dangerous.
Friday night, police and firefighters blocked off parts of Bay Street and the Riverwalk after engineers worried that parts of the 180-foot-tall structure could fall during demolition. Well, now the councilman for the area says that they're reevaluating.
Faster and potentially safer?
Well, we want to believe it's safer.
And News 4 Jax I-Team investigator Vic Michelucci digs into the concerns and the response.
The plan had been to remove what's left of this structure piece by piece using heavy machinery like what you see just on the other side of the fence. But now with these new safety concerns, leaders are re-looking at the possibilities and thinking about possibly using explosives. As the contractor moved equipment today, Councilman Reggie Gaffney looked on.
The good news, progress has been made. And what I mean by progress is you can see they moving the cranes. They're getting ready to leave.
The Berkman Plaza 2, a downtown eyesore and safety risk. Friday night, Mayor Lenny Curry announced that streets and sidewalks around the 18-story building would be closed because of structural concerns. A day later, he said the area was secured and the project could safely continue. Berkman 2 has been half finished since 2007 when the parking garage collapsed while under construction, killing a construction worker and injuring 23 others.
I think we need to make some plans to move this structure as soon as possible. Don't forget we got football season coming up.
Gaffney tells us the contractor thinks the safest and most efficient way is an implosion, like this one in 2019. There are concerns because the last major explosive demolition here in downtown Jacksonville didn't go so well. I'm talking about the former City Hall building, which was here. Look across the street. That's the Blackstone building, and you'll notice there are still boards on the windows from where debris broke the glass. Is this going to cost us, the taxpayers, more money?
It's not going to cost us one penny. It's going to cost the owner of the project because don't forget he already paid $1 million.
But before that happens, the city will first have to approve the change of plan. And Councilman Gaffney says his goal is to see this demolition completed within 45 days or early October. Downtown, I'm Vic Michelucci, Channel 4, the local station.
Yeah, just to reiterate, that Berkman Plaza 2 has been half finished since 2007. The parking garage collapsed while it was under construction, killing a construction worker and injuring 23 others. In 2011, it was ruled that that collapse had been the direct result of design errors. Since April this year, the city has been planning to demolish the structure using a high-reach excavator, but this too ran into problems when there was a delay in the availability of a suitable machine to carry out the work. Florida officials will undoubtedly have in mind the collapse of an apartment building at Surfside at the end of June that claimed the lives of 98 people. But we will keep you informed on this one. Keep you informed on this one as the story develops.
The Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility, and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
Don't forget to type MST, capital S, capital M, capital S, capital T into the chat for your chance to win that MST Goody Box, which I can show you just there. Now, Construction Inquirer is reporting that the cost of skilled labour rose by 3.6% last month as inflationary pressures cranked up in the construction supply chain. New payroll data from Hudson Contract show average weekly earnings for self-employed tradespeople rose to £904 during July, handing them an extra £124 per month. In the East Midlands, labour costs hit an all-time weekly high of £1,014, with demand driven by new regeneration, housing and infrastructure projects. Ian Anfield, Hudson Managing Director, said the housing market is booming, with the price of the average UK home increasing by nearly £25,000 over the last year. We expect strong demand for new housing and renovation schemes to continue for the foreseeable future. The government is committed to big infrastructure investments as part of its levelling up agenda, which is adding to confidence in the sector. The challenge for construction firms now will be managing rising costs caused by shortages in building materials and in skilled labour. Time is running out on today's prize draw, so make sure you type MST, capital M, capital S, capital T into the chat for your chance to win. Now, it's as predictable as it is frustrating. With the sector currently mired in an unprecedented material shortage, opportunist thieves and criminal gangs are now thought to be targeting construction sites and builders' yards, stealing commodities that are already in short supply. This has led to what is described as a dramatic rise in the number of thefts. Those thefts include things like insulation boards, timber, cement, and even concrete. North Wales Police, which has seen a sharp rise in construction materials thefts, says this can have a double impact upon the victims. Materials costs are going up, and at the same time, availability is going down. So builders and construction companies might not be able to replace stolen items. The Construction Equipment Association recently reported a 50% surge in construction site crime rates during the pandemic lockdown. But now these figures have been exacerbated due to the severe shortage of building materials. I feel like I've got somebody else's teeth in today. I do apologise. Meanwhile, the Construction Leadership Council has warned that an extraordinary material shortage in the construction sector will continue well into the second half of this year, with timber, roof tiles and bagged cement heading the list of materials in short supply. So lock up your materials, people, as best you can. The issue of rising materials costs will almost certainly be on the agenda when I speak to Builders Conference CEO Neil Edwards on the 1st of September for our monthly look back at construction contract awards. Just as a quick update, I checked very, very quickly this morning the BC Live League table, and it's currently sat at just over £3.5 billion with a week of the month left to run. That's actually down on previous months, but August is traditionally a quieter month anyway. And besides, maybe the construction industry is finally taking a well-earned break after a crazy 18 months in which it has carried the weight of the UK economy upon its very, very broad shoulders. Now, stand by, because we've got a new and long overdue transition to show you. So the fine folks at Hitachi Construction Machinery UK, that's HCM UK to you and me, has underlined its commitment to customers in the Yorkshire area by opening a new product support depot in Normanton near Wakefield. The near 500 square metre depot will bridge the gap between HCM UK's Newcastle and Warrington depots. The new product support facility will accommodate parts warehousing, a parts retail counter, and office space. 3 new full-time roles have been created at the depot, including an additional field service engineer for the region and 2 parts counter staff. Stephen Creaser, Director of Product Support at HCM UK, said, "This new depot is an exciting part of HCM UK's expansion, as we have a huge customer base in the West Yorkshire area. The distance between Warrington and Newcastle currently makes collecting parts time-consuming and expensive. This new depot will enable HCM UK product support to improve response times for both parts and service requests. Customers can order and collect parts on the same day, reducing any potential machine downtime and increasing uptime." Absolutely fantastic to see HCM UK creating jobs and backing its Yorkshire customers in this way. I'm missing a button. There we go.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, this really is your last chance to type the letters MST into the chat and be in with a chance to win the MST Goody Box, which I will throw up one last time. There you go. As I said, while you're doing that, I bring you glad tidings of a new Bobcat wheeled excavator. That's what she looks like. The E57W is powered by a Bobcat D24 Stage 5 compliant engine, providing 42.5 kilowatts of power, while a DOC and DPF technology ensures minimum emissions. The unit is operated from a spacious and pressurized cab that boasts low noise and vibration levels. Visibility is aided by a powerful demisting system, cab and boom LED lights, and large side mirrors. A fully adjustable heated air suspension seat and air conditioning with climate control as standard ensure a superb operator environment. The steering wheel can also be adjusted to suit the operator. A seat heater, cab light, sun visor, and side mirror are all standard equipment. Right, that pretty much wraps up this morning's show. I will roll the outro in just a second before jumping over into the chat to see what's cooking there. But first, let's see who has won this here goodie box. I'm going to throw this up on the screen, pop over here and hit the draw button, and here we go. Jimmy Clark, you are the winner, sir. I'll drop you a line afterwards. I think you're on Facebook. I'll drop you a line as soon as the show is over to get your postal address, and I will be getting that goodie box over to you. So well deserved, and thank you for taking part. Really appreciate your presence here, and you've got some goodies to look forward to. There's a couple of hats in there, a couple of mugs as well, notepads, pens, a very, very heavy duty tape measure. All manner of good stuff. So as I say, get me your address in the show or after the show, and I'll pop down to the post office in person to get that over to you just as soon as I can. That pretty much wraps things up for today. I will, of course, be back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more of this old stuff and nonsense. If you can't wait that long, then perhaps you'd like to join me over on Instagram Live at noon today for our latest No Agenda show. Even though it's less than 2 hours away, I'm still not entirely sure what today's subject is going to be, but I do have a bit of a bee in my bonnet about how demolition is portrayed in the media at the moment. So that might be our starting point. Who knows? I make this stuff as I go along, to be honest. But until then, have a great day. Stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. And thanks for watching. And congratulations, Jimmy. I'll be in touch just as soon as the show is over. And then I'm going to hop over into the chat.